Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Courtside Soundoff podcast. Once again, I'm Josh and Angel Ortega. As always, welcome by the one and only man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, my friend and yours, Angel Ortega. We got not a lot, in fact, very, very little to discuss this week, but we're going to talk about it nonetheless. As always, a few sponsors of the show: Rogue Energy, ELYXR, and BetMGM. Rogue Energy keeps me fueled up whether I'm at home, I'm at the gym, or I'm doing my job. They get me to the finish line, and they can help you get there as well with code SOUNDOFF at checkout. Code SOUNDOFF at checkout for 10% all your energy needs. Once again, all caps may spell the brand's name at checkout. ELYXR can get you really high with their Delta 8, Delta 9 products. Once again, code SOUNDOFF for 10% off of all their products there. Again, all caps. Lastly, follow the link down below. Go to BetMGM. You get up to $1,500 in bonus bets paid back if you do not hit on your first bet with BetMGM. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER if you're having any issues. If not, you want to have some fun. Guys, look, lots of stuff going on. The NFL is going on. The MLB is going on. Basketball starts up in about a month, too. We obviously have fighting. Lots of stuff going on right now.
Talking about sports is kind of hot right now.
It is. You know what? I'd say sports in general right now. Sports in general. We're getting into my favorite part of the year. You know, I don't know how other people feel. I feel like if you like summer, you're like probably like under 18. You know, I feel like once you become like a grown adult, summer it falls into the kind of like
I'm a fall guy.
tier. I'm a fall guy. Yeah, I'm a fall guy. I think spring's nice, fall's nice. Winter blows.
I hate this is gonna be. This is crazy hot take here. Summer for me is like pretty dead last in the seasons. I'm gonna be honest.
I actually agree with you. I think summer's the worst. Now, granted, we live in Kansas City, which is like
true. I mean,
it's humid as fuck, and you know.
Yeah, no, and maybe it'd be different if I lived on the coast, grew up, maybe surfing, windboarding.
Yeah,
a number.
Like if you were in Florida where it was like 90 every day, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, there's also that factor, but I think, and the fall is so nice in the Midwest.
It really is. I mean, people that shit on the Midwest and hey man, until you're in the Midwest and you see those leaves start changing, you know, people are outside. They're you know, like,
dude, I fucking
get a nice pumpkin coffee.
I feel like people forget that like we're not the fucking South.
Yeah, no, we're not. I mean, that's kind of the thing. Like the more traveling I do, and like the more like you know you learn, it's like the little cultural differences. Like
South is very different.
The South is very different. The Midwest is very, very different compared to like the West Coast and the East Coast, and you know. Things are more chill over here. And I feel like if you ask somebody in the East Coast their opinions on this, they would definitely have like a different, you know what I mean, West Coast for sure. Because let's be honest, their summer blows, dude. Summer in Kansas, like Kansas City, like it's 4th out of 4. You know what I mean? So yeah, very interesting season.
And the heat was bad this year too.
No, it was awful, bro. It was awful. And even like the bad winters where it's like last winter kind of sucked with the amount. Remember that?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, like the amount of snow we got, and like the ice. It was like icing every day. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, that was pretty bad.
Shit was pretty bad.
That is the one other time we.
But hey, like if you work from home, and
like
I do, like or like you got the day off, and
must be nice.
And you look outside and it's snowing. It's like oh shit, like we got oh my god, we got Christmas movies are playing on TV. Like it's the best time of the year, you know.
Probably like the one downside to working in healthcare, dude. Just having to be an essential worker.
Yeah, that would
during the cold in Kansas.
Yeah, that sucks too. I mean, hey man, I was an essential worker last year driving to a breakfast job, you know. So, you know, same thing, you know. But yeah, I mean,
I forgot you had to drive back one of those days when it was real bad.
Oh my god, I mean, it was. I mean, there's nothing to discuss this week, guys. So forgive us for having a quick discussion, but it was a day that we had freezing rain, and it had been freezing raining for about like 2 hours before I got off work, and I was already thinking I should leave work early, but then like it just didn't work out, and like people were still coming into the job and. All that stuff, so I couldn't leave, and then eventually turns time for me to leave, and I go out to my car, and it's completely frozen over, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be the longest drive of all time. I get on the road, I'm not gonna say what road it was, actually, keep it vague, but I get on the road, and it's an hour drive. It's like a 20-25 minute drive. It took me an hour to get home.
How fast were you driving again?
5 miles an hour,
dude. You were
everybody was, because like it was literally like,
oh no, I don't know,
like. Swerving the entire time, like people, and the worst part was I was seeing people like go off into the side. So essentially, it's like some people could not, like they were going off and then they couldn't get their car back on the road to drive. So then I'm watching these people and I'm like, dude, like there was one point where like I'm gonna have to sit here, like I might just have to. Like,
I got stuck in the snow last year.
Yeah,
I did. I had to get pushed out.
Awful, dude. I remember that. Yeah.
That fucking sucked.
Luckily, it was no snow. It was just ice.
I was on my way to work. I was literally at the top of the hill at my job.
Dude, brutal. Well, you know what the worst part was too? Is like I knew they didn't like salt or do anything. Because like once I left the city that I was in, and
Could
I
they
went
even
to,
safely salt
they could have done it that morning.
or pre-salt? Yeah.
Yeah, because like it only started at like 3:00, and I think I got off like 5 or something like that. Like it was really, really bad. They just didn't salt because I know once I got over into my neighborhood, it was not icy at all. Like I was able to drive perfectly fine. Yeah, except for when I got to right here and I actually slid into my parking space. Like I got onto the side and I hit like the curb like literally right there, and I was like, I guess I'm just gonna park here.
Did you come down that way?
I did.
Dude, I was gonna ask you, coming down all that? How was that?
That was scary. It was mostly fine though, because I told you like it was mostly salted over, so it was like pretty fine.
So
like
you didn't even. You were just mainly your.
it was
foot on the
literally
brake.
once I got on. I mean, it didn't really matter.
Just
Well,
when you got on this main street here.
Yeah, I was totally fine. But coming down, I guess it would be like it's a big city in Kansas City, Flum. Coming down Flum, they did not salt it at all. So everybody was like sliding all over the place. There was a guy I worked with. I texted him right because he's from Texas, and I knew he'd never driven in this shit.
Poor bastard.
So I texted him right as soon as I got home, and I was like, dude, you all right? Because I've never driven in anything this bad. He's like, oh yeah, I got into a 3-car pile. And I was like, that sounds about right. You know, like shit was awful, bro. Like that made me so mad too, because I was like, I just knew they didn't do anything to prepare the roads. You know.
Also, there's some times where you gotta tell yourself like, stay put.
Oh
It
yeah,
sucks because
like,
you don't want to because you're like, I gotta make it home. You know.
well, in this particular circumstance, I thought maybe I might stay put, but the issue was is that if you remember, I know I do. I ended up having that day. The next day, was when we got a foot of snow. It was literally 12 inches. You remember that shit? Like
Yeah,
it was
so, yeah.
literally 12 inches of snow. So
yeah.
if I would have stayed, I would have been snowed in for like a few days on the middle of some road. You know what I mean? Like it would have been even worse. So yeah, all time bad driving day. But now we're almost a year away from that, and I still think sometimes like, oh my god, like shit.
I think if the snow or anything's bad this year, I will like spend a night at work or something. Granted, at my job I have those capabilities.
Yeah,
luckily.
yeah, like yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna be just because fuck, that sucked. It all sucked. It was so bad.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes I still think about like driving on that road and still just like, you know, my fiance can tell the story of like coming back inside and I just sat in that chair and I was just like glossed over for like an hour because it was just like the weirdest feeling of just like constantly being in the car and just having it shake and like move for like an hour, and like it was a lot, you know. But
it feels so weird to drive like that because your car feels. I mean, it sounds like such a. I think it's the best way to weightless.
Yeah. Yes. Literally, and you can't control anything.
It literally
like,
feels weightless, and
like,
your steering wheel literally free spins pretty much.
Yep. Like I was trying to like keep it just like steady, you know, but like there's only so much you could.
By the way,
in that
what's your normal driving stance? Out of curiosity. Because when the weather's serious, I'm like this.
Oh, I'm like that. Like I'm locked in.
Because my regular, I'm not gonna lie to you, my regular driving is like this.
Yeah, maybe like one hand on. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Or like this.
Yeah. Basically,
that's pretty much my regular day-to-day driving. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm a one-hander too. But for the most part, I really don't like. You know what I mean? I don't do like long driving anywhere. I need to like.
But if the weather's bad, I'm like.
Oh, I mean, or if like, let's say like you hear something in your car and you turn down the music a little bit, you know what I mean? You're
100%.
just like, and you just kind of like zone in for a minute, you know? I do the same thing. Yeah. So yeah, man. So in terms of the season rankings, winter is 3rd. Spring is number 2. Fall's number 1. We're a fall podcast.
Winter dead last.
Yeah, winter
or summer dead last.
Summer dead last. Yeah, fuck the summer, dude. Jesus.
I feel like summer and winter can get exchanged. If it's like a nice winter,
yeah,
so be it. But if it's a shitty winter,
if it's like an awful summer, you know what I mean? Like Jesus, you know. So
or it's way too hot to be outside.
It's humid every day. You know what I mean? Like
now that it's 100 plus. Dude,
yeah, like now that I'm a grown,
98.
I will say this summer was like weird because like it didn't get that high, but the humid, like it was so humid.
The humid plus the heat waves, dude. Because we had some fucking heat waves, dude. Some legit.
Like the high was only 97, which if you guys don't know Kansas City weather, I'm sure you don't. Like it's pretty rare for it to not get up to 100 in the summer at least one day. You know what I mean? And typically it's like multiple days.
I think we broke multiple records this past year too.
Yeah, like last summer especially was like ridiculous. I remember there was like a day like 115 like 2 summers ago in like September or some shit.
Dude, just to focus, dude. It's We're like midway through September, dude, and we had some 90-degree days.
That's true. It was like that. We just, like
This
I said,
past
we just,
week.
yeah, it was 98. It was just like the hottest day of the summer, and it was like September like 12th or something. That's insane.
Because I mean, isn't it technically still?
It's technically summer for another week.
But
It's
even
like September
then,
23rd.
it's like, guys, coming, like,
Yeah, it's the fall. It's the fall. I mean, I understand like technically, but for me, I think I'm still stuck in the way of thinking about it as if I'm like in school. You know what I mean? Like like the second week of August, that's whenever summer ends. You know what I mean? Like that's it. Second, third week, that's it. But yeah. That's kind of my thoughts on that. That's our discussion on the seasons. Speaking of the seasons, shout out Chiefs now 0-2. Shout out Chiefs now 0-2. Yeah. It's kind of, I feel like, way to throw that in there because I've talked so much shit.
We're taking on the chin here, though, dude. We're not crying about it, you know.
Oh no! I'm a grown man. Like I don't say it's rigged or anything like that. Like I'm a grown adult. I'm well adjusted.
You don't go talk shit on random profiles to people.
I don't like I don't harass random people or like send
who are not
even
talking about sports.
Yeah, like I don't do any of that. But Chiefs derangement system dude, is a real thing. Like it's
remember.
a very real
I think
thing.
I was on Facebook and I clicked the comments or something, and I think some guy had like a hat or something on, Chiefs hat or hoodie, and right under it some opposing team fan. I can't remember what fan they were.
Yeah,
I think Charger or something like that. Rams.
Oh, a Charger fan
commented like shit to and the guy didn't do anything besides just comment about the video, and it's like, what?
Dude, we get more hates than the Pats did back in the day. You know what I mean? The Pats had, like,
it's because the internet is.
Yeah, it's the internet.
That's
is what
100%
it is. Yeah,
what it is.
Like,
I'm sure if the internet existed back, it'd be the same.
Yeah, everybody.
The internet did exist back then.
The internet just
let
breeds.
me correct that because people are gonna be like, "Oh, look at these fucking young."
Yeah.
No, the internet did exist, but
you guys know
social media, how it is now, and it at its peak and its availability for me to be able to go into fucking Instagram and DM. Insert generic football player name.
Travis Kelce.
It'd be like, you know. Man, fuck you. You didn't hit this leg on my parlay. You fucked me in fantasy. Go fucking delete yourself.
Yeah, like that's the way it is.
Send him a picture of his address and his house. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of era we live in now.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just every,
Yeah, dude.
Internet culture sucks.
Dude, Julian Edelman did not have to come home into that.
No, he didn't. No, we did not. I mean, the internet culture as a whole has just changed everything to do with sports. And I think one of those things is negativity. You know what I mean? Like everybody's just like I'm seeing people like, oh, like the Chiefs suck. Like, at least the Pats won the right way. I'm like, dude, what are you guys talking about? Like I lived it. They did the same. They said the same things they said back then, except they had like multiple actual cheating scandals.
I mean, dude, you saw all the comparisons this week between Noche and the card.
Yeah.
With the ring. So, I mean, even just that.
Yeah.
Or people, not even just that, but just boxing versus MMA this weekend. That was a whole commentary.
That was a whole, which I just don't get because it's like, do you like, breakfast food or do you like fucking burgers? Like those are totally the same thing. You know what I mean? They're both, you know what I mean? It makes no sense. It makes no sense to me. Like you could compare them in the way they're sports, but like they're completely different.
They almost want to make it like a right and wrong scenario. Like this is right, this is wrong.
Yes, dude. Like I'm seeing.
This is absolute. This is not.
I saw so many people online. Like, why are MMA sites covering this? Like, why are you guys even talking? Stop trying to force boxing on it. It's like, dude, like, it's not one or the other. Like, you know that, right? Like, it's
also part of the subculture.
It reminds me of like back in the day, which I know this still happens. It just I don't see it nearly as much. Console wars. Remember console wars back in the day?
That's
Xbox.
Died off. I think it's died off.
It has died off.
I feel like the only thing now is PC Master Race. Like that's what people say.
Yeah. But like console wars are a big thing back in the day, and it's like they're both very, very similar, and you don't have to pick them. Like it just, who gives a shit? Like it's like it really like MMA and boxing are both like very similar sports, and like they're both awesome in different ways.
And then there was like even like subcategories of that was like, what kind of shooter do you like? Third person shooter, first person
oh my god,
shooter,
right? Like
tack shooter,
and it's like what type of gamer are you? Do you play sports games? If you play sports, you're not a real gamer.
Rhythm gaming,
yeah. Like there's
like,
so much.
You only play rhythm games.
You're not a real gamer, bro. What do you mean, bro? I put in 7,000 hours on Dota.
You only play RPGs or something like that.
Yeah, like dude, like oh my god, bro. I've been playing Valorant all week, dude. You're not even a real gamer if you haven't been playing fucking Rust on fucking.
No,
yeah, you get what I'm saying.
We're in an era of like where people want everything to be absolute. You want to be like 100% one way on something or not.
Oh yeah, and only a Sith deals in absolutes. So I'm not that guy. Yeah. So, anyways, no.
Speaking about Sith Lords,
yeah. Speaking of Sith Lords, Lord Jean Silva in the main event of Noche UFC.
Whoa! By the way, I did not mean to set it up like that, but it
Yeah.
kind of worked out.
It did. Yeah, man. In the main event, Noche UFC going down from the Frost Bank Center, San Antonio, Texas. Kind of a more low key Noche UFC compared to the ones that we've had in the past for obvious reasons.
It's
you
still
know what I mean?
very fun.
I think this might be. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at them in order to rank them. But in terms of the main card, might be like arguably the best Noche UFC that we've had in maybe
Probably,
all time.
Probably.
Granted, there's only like 3 to pick from, but you get what I'm saying here. In the main event,
Hey,
I
that's
mean,
still a ranking 1, 2, and 3.
yeah, that's true. That's true. How about this main event?
But did you
Diego
watch this card
Lopes.
in its entirety? Obviously, you were busy this.
I
past
did not
week,
watch
but
it in its entirety, but I was keeping up with it on Twitter and then went back and watched the highlights a few days later. Nonetheless, man, Diego Lopes. Fight of the night win, 2nd round TKO knockout over Jean Silva. Jean Silva came out, and to his credit, it looked like he was going to be the fighting nerd to kind of like, I don't know, he was the fighting nerd to rule them all. Okay, like we had everybody else lose. Everybody else, the fighting nerds, they were
insert Last Ronin
Yes,
fucking picture.
yes,
You already
literally.
know.
literally, and all of them were they. What's the phrase? They were fraud checked, Angel. They all suck. They're garbage. They're terrible. Jean Silva came out hot, and he landed some shots. But you know what, though? In that 2nd round, just a spinning back elbow from hell to end up getting the 2nd round knockout win. Diego Lopes back on the board, man. In case there were any doubts on how good he is, we know that he's, top 3 in this division at this point. Give me your thoughts on the fight, man.
I mean, hell of a finish that to your highlight reel. Super entertaining. I mean, if it went on even longer, I think it would have been in prime position to be fight of the year.
Yeah.
And look, you could still throw it in there. I think honorable mention, right?
Yeah.
Wow. But Diego really brought it back for this one. There was definitely doubts after the Vape performance, which was kind of lacking of what Diego has in his arsenal, which is like the offense everywhere. And he showed it here, man. The fucking spinning attack to end it. Obviously, he was still dangerous on the ground. The fight had to go there. Live on the feet. The power is obviously there as well. Granite chin to sustain the shots that were coming his way as well. Obviously, unfortunate for our boy Lord Jean Silva.
Yep.
But look, I think there's still something there. I don't think he got caught. Obviously, he was set up for it, but he did get caught. And credit to Diego for that, man. I mean, he did what he had to do. I mean, for Jean Silva here, or Jean Silva, or Lord, or whatever you want to call him, I think, look, you have several options on what you can do in this division and kind of what you want to go forward with him. You just got to rebuild, He did kind of get accelerated, but there's definitely there's fresh matchups. There's a number of people he could fight, and I don't think there's any worries there for him. I think the real question is like, what is the next big thing for Diego? I mean, no matter what, in my opinion, I felt like the Yair fight should have been next. I feel like that's still a possible choice. Do I think it's necessarily the direction you want to go in? Maybe not, but I think it's on the table for sure. It seems like Lerone Murphy is the solidified pick for the title fight, unless for some godforsaken reason the UFC throws a fucking curveball at us and gives us a Movsar Evloev, which, with how that whole saga has gone, I don't think it will. Look, I mean, Movsar is kind of he's getting John Finch, man. I mean, he has to become undeniable. It seems like he might have to call for a fucking Diego Lopes rematch, which, I mean, does he need to fight that fight? Probably not.
No.
But can you sell a 5-round main event between those guys? Yes. If he beats Diego, will he be the most hated man in the UFC? Undoubtedly. But hey, that's part of the game, and so be it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I kind of agree with everything you said there. I mean, obviously the logical matchmaking would be a fight with Yair Rodriguez, but I mean, if they're not going to give most of our title,
it should have been this matchup.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous they put us in this position to begin with.
It should have been this matchup.
And I'll say
now,
this.
Now Yair's going to fight fucking Aljo, which good for Aljo, but it's like,
yeah, I mean, if that's actually going to happen, that's like, how did you?
I'm just throwing that out there. But that feel like that could happen.
That feels like something that would happen. Yeah, it's like, how do you come to that conclusion? But I mean, they already had the easy made fight with, Diego Lopes and Yair to begin with, and they passed over it in favor of this Lord Jean Silva fight, which, to their credit, worked out very, very well. It was a very fun fight, but at the same time, it's like, for Diego, this kind of doesn't do anything for him, and for John, it just kind of kills his momentum. It's kind of, I mean, it was a fun fight, awesome one, and for, Mexican Independence Day, that's the type of thing you want,
It put him back where he was at.
Yeah, of course, and having him in the top of this card, winning for Mexico, and it was a great knockout, and yada, yada, yada. It was awesome, but Does it do much for him in the way of building him back towards the title shot? Not really. Does it do much for Jean Silva? Obviously, if he would have won, yes. But I mean, if anything, like it's momentum just crashed now. We're in a weird position right now. 145. It seems like Mozart Iloev has deserved a title shot. He's not going to get it. You have Aljo who's waiting in the wings, like you said. Diego's coming off a win now. Lerone Murphy seems like he's going to get the shot next. It's a weird position to be in, but yeah, I mean, Diego, either the Yair fight or like Mozart rematch, I guess would make sense.
Mozart main event, 5 rounds.
Yeah, which sucks because, like, I mean, I don't think Mozart has to take that fight, but I mean, he's going to have to.
Do you think there's any way that they could possibly convince Diego to fight in December in a 5-round co-main event with Volk and let's say it's Volk and Lerone in the main event?
Depends. I mean, probably. He's historically been a guy that's been willing to step up. It depends on what they offer him, actually.
By the way, I got a wild suggestion for you.
Yeah.
Let's say Volk wins, or let's say it is going to be Lerone Volk.
Okay.
If I'm the UFC, I'm like, hey Volk, we kind of want this to be your last fight. We'll pay out the rest of your contract for your added fights.
Oh.
You will be compensated, and then we'll give you a whole package. If you win, you'll retire. We'll give you everything. We'll nicely set it up for you, and then they could set up a vacant title between Diego and Mozart in 2026. Obviously, this is very, very hopeful. Kind of obviously need a lot of things to fall in the right place. You need Volk to win, but kind of something I wanted to throw out there that I was kind of a fan of. And look, the Mozart Diego fight would sell itself. And Volk is already talking as like 1 or 2 left.
In a mythical world where
everything goes perfect.
Yeah, where they actually do this sort of thing, then yeah, I'd be game. That would not happen. But I mean, look, I don't hate the idea.
Isn't the suggestion
but
just
I think
perfect though?
Yeah, it would work. I mean, it works out perfectly. The reality is though, I think he has more than one. So it's kind of like
he said he had like, I think including the victory, I think he had 3.
Yeah, so he has 2 more. So he's 2 more.
So this next fight and then another one.
Man, it's like, do you really want? I don't know. It's like I don't know how I feel about Alexander Volkanovski retiring in a Diego Lopes rematch. You kind of feel weird.
Well, if Diego beat Moses, I mean, it just depends at that point.
Yeah, it's a weird situation. That's kind of exactly what it's saying right now. As a whole, like 145 is just so.
Dude, think about it. Depending how things work out, fucking Volk's last 3 fights in the UFC could have been Diego Lopes, Mozart Iloev, and Lerone Murphy.
Yeah,
like what a fucking exit, right?
Insane. Well, and the fact that we're still sitting here talking about him is insane to me. Like, he looked cooked. He looked cooked after the back-to-back losses, and it's the way he was able to kind of rally back and beat Diego. Like, he broke the stat of like nobody over the age of 35 can win below 170.
Well, he was the second one. He was the second one to break.
The second one, yeah. So yeah, awesome for Volk. But yeah, I mean, as far as 145 goes, a lot of stuff you can do with Diego Lopes. We'll see what happens for the next co-main event. Upset win here for the young David Martinez, stepping in on short notice, defeating Rob Font, outpointing him 29-28 across the board. Look, man, he looked solid. He looked well-rounded, young, and he came in with this opportunity, made the most of it. Give me your thoughts on the fight, man.
I mean, look, he was originally supposed to be, I think, the card opener. He was supposed to be fighting Quang Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Santiago Luna ended up coming up in on short notice on that. I don't know if he got moved around, but he ended up, showing up for that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about him later. But look, he looks stellar. Great on the feet, super active. He beat a very still good Rob Font. I mean, I need to pull it up, but looking at his topology, he beat Gene Matsumoto, young prospect, Kyler Phillips. I mean, I know we mentioned this all last week, but as far as the losses, elite competition. Davison Figueiredo, Corey Sandhagen, Marlon Chito Vera, Jose Aldo. And even prior to that, if you go back all the way to 2018, Rafael Assunção, Pedro Munoz before that, John Lineker. Those are all his losses that I just named off there. Rob Font doesn't lose to anybody who isn't elite.
Exactly. He doesn't, man.
What does that say about David Martinez? And granted, 38-year-old Rob Font, but he still just earlier this year beat someone young with potential who was like 15-1 or 16-1 or I can't remember if they were undefeated going into this. I mean, this is David Martinez has put himself in a very amazing position as a legitimate prospect at 35 now in 2 UFC fights.
Yeah, man. I mean, like you laid it out there, Rob Font only loses to the elite of the elite. David Martinez is a guy who came in really, really hot. He coming off the contender series, now 2-0 in the company. Like, I thought maybe he'd perform well, but I did not expect him to win by any metric.
By the way, just the fact that UFC roster watch dropped that his sister is no longer in the UFC, like
It's kind of funny.
I can't remember if it was at the start of the week or like the day of the fight, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
It was literally the day of the fight. Yeah, from what I remember. Yeah, I mean, kind of funny.
She was in the corner.
Yeah,
with their dad.
Yeah, I feel bad for Rob Font, 38, and like I said, this is no offense to Chiwiwis. David what's the meme? Like Chiwiwis, no more. David Martinez is my new best friend.
Dude,
like,
I didn't see that.
You know what I mean?
That's fucking
okay.
weird.
Yeah, dude. Because like, I mean, look, the guy came in short. No, I mean, like Rob Font had won 2 in a row against younger guys before this. Like he'd kind of, I wouldn't say I hate the term fraud check, but like he had kind of held the gate before this. And you got this kid on short notice. Like,
you weren't gonna pick Chiwiwis, right? We never talked about this.
No, I probably wouldn't have picked Chiwiwis. No, I thought it was a bit too much too soon. Same thing for David Martinez.
I might have done it as stupidity, but deep down inside of me, I'm like, I know that's not the right choice.
Yeah.
But hey, anything for Chiwiwis at the end?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, as far as Dave Martinez, great win. I feel bad for Rob Font, but what are you gonna do?
By the way, I don't know if you saw this, but all the Mexicans won. If you would have done a Mexican parlay this time, it actually would have paid off.
Just, hey, man, that's why I said this is the greatest Noche UFC card for Mexico, man.
And I think that's if you would have included Diego as well. Obviously,
Viva Mexico Cabrones. You know, didn't work out well for Canelo, but I mean, hey,
that's why it was an MMA parlay.
That's true.
With a boost.
Yeah. Well, my bud came out to Mexican music, so I guess kind of a celebration for Mexico. Nobody lost on Saturday. You know,
I mean, yeah,
no Mexicans. Nonetheless, Rafa Garcia defeating Jared Gordon. I'm going to say this so much as to say Jared Gordon gets our BMF of the week award. Or I mean, DTF fighter. How about that? DTF fighter.
That's the real official men's award on this show.
Because he got hit with a car. He got literally hit with a car on fight day apparently. And apparently hurt his MCL. Maybe I can't remember exactly what he hurt, but it wasn't enough for him to pull out. He decided to go out there and fight, and he was a warrior. Got finished in the third. But what are you gonna do? Rafa Garcia, tough guy, hits hard. So to fight after getting hit with a car says a lot about the man. So good for him. Hope he got paid pretty well. Kelvin Gastelum, dude. Kelvin Gastelum. I mean,
weight at middleweight, guys.
And you know what? It had been a while. Kelvin Gastelum has not missed weight and had the fight proceeded in about almost 10 years now. It had been 8 years about. So granted, he's jumped up from a couple weight classes here and there. He's had to pull out of fights as a weight cuts, but still, I mean, he's not actually formally missed weight in quite a long time. But he missed weight by 5 pounds because Dustin Stolfus. But he went in there and he tuned him up. He looked good on the feet. I mean, Kelvin, I don't know what you say about him. He's won 3 of his last 5. He's staying in the UFC somehow. I'm surprised he still has a job. What are you gonna do?
And he's 33 to top. I mean, he turns 34 this year.
Yeah.
Somehow, I think he's going to stand the test of time.
I think he will. I don't know how he's still in the UFC with all the weight cut, but like the fact that he went out there and won, it just shows like he's that good when he wants to be. Even the Joe Piper fight, whenever he lost, like he was looking good early and he still took a bunch of huge shots. Looking good late, took a bunch of good shots. So I don't know. We're spot in his career for killing Gastelum. You know who's not though? Alexander Hernandez. This is
a feel-good moment of the week, I think.
Yeah, he's on the greatest run. Maybe I'm gonna say arguably because I think that run where he beat Dariush and OAM and a couple other guys was really, really solid. But longest win streak in the UFC, now 4 fights in a row. Austin Hubbard, Kurt Hollabaugh, knockout win over Chase Hooper, and a knockout win over Carlos Diego Ferreira. Give me your thoughts on his win, man. Because he only fought second knockout win in 2 months. Insane.
I mean, look, he's trying to have a career renaissance. It's super late, but he's trying to make it happen somehow. I mean, from super hyped up prospect to kind of struggling just fighter in general, you know, and trying to find a place and a home, even trying to switch up weight classes and wins and losses. I think he's like 8-6 overall the UFC.
Yeah.
I mean, I think at one point he did have like a negative overall record.
He did,
in the promotion. So this is a big moment for him, and he called out Michael Chandler, which is a good call out. I'm not sure if we'll get that fight. I think more likely than not, I think a more realistic option is like a Renato Moicano. I suggested Beneil Dariush. Let's run it back. It's been enough years. You know, Dariush is older. Maybe you want to try to get some guy who's not necessarily super young, but has something left in the tank into the rankings somehow, and you have a storyline there. You can develop something. You can build it up somehow.
Yeah.
And overall, I mean, this is a happy moment, man. because it didn't seem like there was going to be a redemption arc here. Genuinely, I thought, especially during the 45 era of his run, I was like, damn, this might be it. And look, his wins in there are, let's say, pretty aged out veteran.
Yeah, they're not massive,
but he does have that win against
world-shaking
Chase
wins.
Hooper in there, who is young but is flawed, and is still trying to develop, but still a win nonetheless. And now it's like, hey, let's give him a step up, and whatever happens at that point, it happens. But man, like, we said it with Jake Matthews, man, it's gonna hit like crack when we see Jake Matthews ranked at welterweight. It's gonna hit like fucking crack when we see Alexander Hernandez ranked at lightweight after this long. And who knows, maybe he'll finally get his kind of Alexander Humbles X-Fighter moment, instead of Cowboy Cerrone Humbles Alexander Hernandez. Wouldn't that be so sick to kind of have that full circle moment? I
feel like we're all like, that's what I was saying after he beat Chase. Like, for him, I feel like he kind of already did, like, to go from the guy that everybody laughed at as the young prospect to now beating the young prospects
to an extent. But he did talk a lot of shit, and then got humbled. I mean,
granted, Chase Hooper wasn't talking shit, so it's not a 1-to-1 comparison.
But it would be sick if he did come across like, I was you. Yeah, I was in that same exact chair holding the mic just like you were. You're gonna go exactly what I went through. This Saturday night.
Yeah, I agree with you. It'd be cool.
I love to see.
I think he's on a great run. I love the Beneil Dariush call out. I'll say that. I love that. Not really call out, but what you kind of pitched there. I think that makes a lot of sense. Like, I would love that.
fight. Chandler Hernandez would be fire. I do think
it would, but it seems like Michael Chandler's got some stuff going on right now.
You know something? What if Chandler responding? You know something? He's like, Alexander the Great. I'll see you at the top. Like, I was hoping for it low key.
Yeah, I feel like it makes sense in a just world.
Chandler was at home and he's like, who?
Dude,
I hate to be that guy, but that was.
Well, you know what's funny too is, like, I honestly think, like, that's either one of those guys, even though Michael Chandler looks washed, like, he still might win that fight, because let's be honest here, those guys leave their chins wide open in the center, and they both just throw huge rights.
Well, didn't you see his movement on that night?
I think he looked better. He looked light on his feet. But do I think, like, if he's in there with Michael Chandler, he might just say fucking start throwing some bombs and have, like, try to have his own little Justin Gaethje type fight of the night?
Yeah,
type thing?
You're not wrong.
Maybe. But yeah, man, I like the Dariush fight more. I'd rather. Chandler looked so bad against Patty Pimble that I'm like, let's just give him old guys now. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, let's give him the Conor fight.
Let's be honest, if Hernandez sauces up Chandler, like, if that fight did happen, it'd be like, okay, well,
I would pick Hernandez.
It's time.
Let me be clear. I'd pick Hernandez. Chandler didn't even look like he could really take the punches anymore. You know what I mean? Like, Patty was tuning him up on the feet.
Dude, Chandler has miles, though. He's got some miles.
Exactly. So I'm not blaming him. It's not really anything. Like, I'm not surprised. He held on longer than he probably should have.
Dude, Chandler's like a 96 Corolla right now. Like, he is ran through.
Yeah, he's old, man. He's old. Taking a look at the rest of
that
the card.
That bitch has like 225,000 miles on it.
Oh, you know it, dude. No car payment, though. Santiago Luna defeating Kwang Lee on the main card opener. Solid knockout win for him, man.
21, by the way.
Yeah, young. And we're getting at that age now where it's like, oh, wow.
He looked great, though.
Yeah, he did. He looked good. He looked like a grown man out there. Gets a grown man knockout from Santiago Luna. Dusko Tudovic defeating Jose Medina by first round submission.
Dude, how the fuck is Jose Medina in this promotion?
That's a good question. Does
he even have a win? I need to look at his Tapology now.
In his career, or
in the UFC? He's 0-3 in the UFC.
0-3.
Dude, yeah, and that's not even including his fucking Contender Series fight, which he lost. He didn't get a contract for that, but he lost it.
It's crazy that I got a contract even though he lost. But what are you gonna do? Yeah, that's crazy. He's lost 4 in a row.
Must have been a banger that he put on.
Yeah. Joaquim Silva defeating Claudio Puelles. Claudio Puelles, he had a fun little run for a minute there. Seems to be over now. The leg locks they're just not there for him.
It's just not working, but hey, it was enough to get him to a split.
You know what though? It's a fun minute though. Whenever he was the kind of leg lock of people, was it Dan Hooker who fucked all that shit up?
Yep. He destroyed that.
Yeah. Shout out, hey man! Shout out to Top Down Suarez.
I remember I picked him in that fight too because I remember Dan was struggling still at that time. That was a fight that broke. He needed that win. That's what broke it right there.
And now he's in a position where if he wins the next one, he won't get.
His return's been so delayed, bro. The hand surgery and all that.
Unfortunately, yeah, he had a lot of momentum, and it's all. I don't want to say it's all gone, but
it's like, how is it gonna be when he comes back now?
Yeah,
and he's had like several injuries. He's had a lot of shit.
Remember, he was in talks for a Conor fight at one point too. Like, God, dude, so.
Who knows what the fuck's gonna happen there? Yeah. Is it gonna be Max? It might be Max. I think it's gonna be Max.
I think it should be Max.
Right?
Yeah.
God, that gets me going.
Oh God, I know. Tatiana Suarez defeating Amanda Lemos. solid 29-28
This
across
is the
the
result
board.
you would expect, but with her age and I guess both her ages.
I mean, yeah.
and the performances, you're kind of like
this did not. If you're a Tatiana Suarez fan, this did not give you any hope that she could get back to the title. I'll say that. She looked fine, but Amanda Lemos, Amanda Lemos, wasn't she the one that Whaley had 23 minutes of control time, 22? Man, I expected a much more dominant effort out of Tatiana. I mean, this just kind of confirmed what we kind of thought. Okay, the injuries have been too much, so it is what it is. I mean, still good enough to be top 5, top 10, but not much more than that. Jesus Santos Aguilar defeating Luis Garul at flyweight. Hey man, some more flyweight blood. Zach Reese, Cedric Dumas getting the little ankle monitor taken off for this fight, and he goes in there and gets blasted with a kick to the groin in 50 seconds and fight over. At least he got paid, right?
half of his purse.
Yeah, Jesus, brutal stuff out of Zach Reese. Aldo Coria defeating Alessandro Costa, another flyweight win. Solid stoppage in my opinion. This is the one that was disappointing to me.
Did you watch this fight, by the way?
I caught most of this fight actually. This was before the fight started kicking off on our end. Montserrat Rundown defeating Alice Pahea by split decision. She looked all of the young woman she was out there, inexperienced, and you hope that when
her technique looked beautiful. I mean, yeah, let's say that
once she got going, once she actually started stringing together combinations, she looked solid. The issue is that getting very easily backed up to the fence anytime that some pressure was coming back against her. She tells she didn't really know how to deal with it. Unfortunate, but look, she's so young, and this wasn't the worst loss in the world, so it's kind of
we've seen way worse.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot worse. People coming to get everybody says a fraud checked. So I mean,
no. I mean, she's 19 and looked like she looked when she was unleashing combinations. She looked. I mean, it looked nice, and her lateral movement was great. But she fought a gal who had some experience on her belt, was older, physically had presence in the octagon, and was able to march her down and tough out a win.
Yeah, and shout out to Rendon. I mean, she looked solid in there as well. I mean, the entire story can't be about Paya just looking young and inexperienced. So she looked solid night for her. I thought
she bit down and she went forward. I mean, that's how she had to win that fight. She couldn't allow Alice to have that space and let her get off.
Exactly. And then nobody of the card. Then Daniel Donacheko defeating Rodrigo Ascencio.
Fucking beautiful. Dude.
The tough 33 welterweight finale. Solid knockout win. Not too many thoughts other than that, because admittedly we've not really been watching it much, and which something that we've admitted and talked about on the show before. So yeah, not too much to say there.
The finish was nice.
Finish was nice, and overall a solid night of fights. Like I said, if we were to rank the Noche cards, I don't know which one would come in, but I enjoyed it a lot.
I can't even remember the. Were Grosso and Chev the main events for the? I know for a fact for one, but were they main event? Oh no, they weren't. Sean and Marab were.
So yeah, here's the way it goes. From what I remember, I'm gonna double check. First one was Grosso Shevchenko 2. The second one was O'Malley and Marab in the main event, and then Grosso, Chev in the co-main, and then this was the third one with Lopez and Lord Jean Silva.
It's so weird having Sean and Marab. In hindsight, it was weird at the time, but it's even crazier to even mention now.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, man. I mean, it was very weird at the time, and even weirder now having more time.
What doesn't happen then? Literally a year was it? I can't remember if it was that same year or a year before they lost Moreno and Yair both as champs as well.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I mean, that was 2023. That was the first year they did the Noche, and then they put it in Vegas. And by the way, I understand technically this one was not their fault, but the fact that we're going on 3 years of Mexican Independence Day events and not a single one's been in Mexico is mind blowing.
Maybe year 4.
Maybe year 4. I mean, look, at least this one was in Texas. You know what I mean? Texas has a huge Hispanic population. I kind of get it. You know what I mean? And they did try to put the one in Guadalajara, but the event arena wasn't ready or whatever. Granted, would they have even done that? Because the Canelo fight ended up happening the same day. Probably not. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Yeah, these Noche UFC events though, they've become, the UFC doesn't do a lot of yearly stuff anymore, or they don't make a big deal about it. They have International Fight Week, MSG in November, and that's it. I'm happy that we have something in the calendar to look forward to. You know what I mean? So let's get these events in Mexico, and we'll be solid. We'll be golden, in my opinion. But that's the only other major critique. Very fun card though. Any closing thoughts on it before we go and move on?
No, I mean, it was a serviceable event. I mean, I feel like these last few fight cards have at least been fun in some capacity. We haven't had like a full on stinker yet. And granted, the fighters have made the cards, and there's been plenty of finishes. Lots of finishes recently.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. Definitely a bounce back from. I mean, I don't know if we've even mentioned this on podcast, but dude, already, like compared to last year, dude, this year has been significantly better.
I agree. We've had some rough spots throughout the year, but for the most part, a lot of fun. And we do have a week off this week. That's something that we actually have not discussed, but we do have a week off this week. We pick back up next week with Olberg and Reyes. And after that, we're on Goliath, Bahia 2, Marab, Corey. I mean, what an excellent.
I will say my one gripe is that Olberg Reyes card is pretty fucking weak, dude.
It's very weak down in Australia.
The main event is Junior Tafa Eyeball Aslan, just to give you guys an idea.
Yeah, and then you look up and down. It's like, what else is there? I mean, Jake Matthews, Neil Magny.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hardcore card, man. There's stuff here that I like, but it's like, it's rough.
You excited for the return of Loma Lookenby?
I mean, I like her. But dude, you get to that prelim and it's kind of like,
yeah, it falls apart pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyways, yeah, we're off this week.
Especially those very early prelims, man. I mean, like, no hate to those guys at all. I mean, they're interesting, but
yeah.
I mean, it's not the most exciting pack of names, you know.
Yeah.
I think they can provide exciting fights and give us entertainment, but man.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way you do.
I think hopefully the aftermath, and like I said, a lot of these cards have been enough and given us enough entertainment that I hope they do it again.
Yeah. Well, and look, they cooked this week. Maybe, I mean, even if the fights don't always look the most appetizing on paper, sometimes they cook anyway. You know what I mean? So
the fighters will make it.
Exactly. We'll see what happens. Nothing to really preview. We do have another recap. It's kind of a mini recap because I can't say a lot about it. But Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Bud Crawford going down Saturday night at Allegiant Stadium. 65,000 fans in attendance. 41.4 million watching on Netflix. Terrence Bud Crawford, and new history made, the first ever man in the 4-belt era to have 3 world titles under his belt. Undisputed. Actually, I believe he's just the only man, period, in the history of boxing to have 3 undisputed titles. He moved up 2 weight classes. Everybody said it couldn't be done. Angel, I mean, I lost for words. Give me your thoughts on Terrence Bud Crawford's win on Saturday night.
I mean, history was made. We witnessed it. It was a massive event. Where does it fall in the numbers? Did you guys get those official numbers?
In terms of like who watched and stuff?
Yeah.
41 million people. 41.4 million, which I believe I think Jake and Mike did 108, and then Serrano, because there's only been 3 Netflix boxing events. It was Jake, Mike, this one, Canelo Crawford, and then Taylor Serrano 3. I think Taylor Serrano 3 did like 3 to 6 million. We did 41.4 for Canelo Crawford, and then obviously Jake Tyson did 108, but that's Mike Tyson. Like, yeah. I've seen like Jake Paul and his team kind of do like a victory lap, but like, dude, it's Mike Tyson. Like Mike Tyson, Roy Jones is like one of the biggest pay-per-views of the last like 10, 15 years, and that wasn't even a real fight either. You know what I mean? Like the people, there's so many people who watch that just because like they weren't around to watch Mike Tyson in his prime. Like they could not. So it's a cultural event. Like Mike Tyson, even in his prime, was like a top 3-5
just
famous
felt like
person.
it should have been a cultural event.
Exactly. Unfortunately, the fight was awful, so that kind of blew. But I mean, Canelo Crawford was not. Canelo Crawford was a fantastic fight. Excited to see what happens in the future. I don't know where they're going to do next. I mean, a rematch feels like it's possible. I mean, Canelo said that he wanted one, and Crawford said like before the fight he's probably going to retire, and then post fight was like, I don't know. So there's a lot of weird places it can go, but
I feel like Crawford's path is more limited, and Canelo's just kind of afraid to do whatever he wants now.
Yeah,
he could go fight. Who was he thinking about fighting in London?
Chris Eubank.
Now he can do that.
Chris Eubank or Hamza Shara was the rumored next fight for him.
Now he can go fight Eubank freely. No issue, just go do it.
I mean, I think that's the way to go. But the thing is now that Chris Eubank, Conor Ben too, going down in about 2 months.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Conor can just go do side quest.
Yeah. So
Canelo can just go do side quest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and if he could fight the winner of that. He could fight Hamza Shara. He could fight a rematch of Crawford. He could fight Benavidez. Canelo has so many names and options. You know what I mean? For Crawford, for him, it's almost like you've done everything. So what else is there to do besides like make more money, maybe,
or do something so big that it's like, well, you're throwing yourself out there and you're doing something so hard that if you do end up falling short, it's not gonna matter because of all that you did. Maybe in the moment, people will react and make it seem like it's like catastrophic failure, when in reality it's not that. You just rose up and just fell short on such a big challenge.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, if you take a look, he said that he could move down to middleweight. He said maybe that and fight somebody there, and it's like who's really at middleweight right now? You take a look, it's Janabek with the titles, Carlos Adames with the titles, and then you have Chris Eubank.
Sounds like
Aaron
free.
McKenna,
It sounds like free pickings.
Yeah, like I mean, there's not a lot really for him. So I don't know, man. I mean, and it's like, can he? I mean, Jesus, I don't
How long
know.
can he keep it going? Right?
Yeah, I mean, he's so good. I mean, in terms of like all time conversations, like he is now in that top 10, top 5. You could throw him in there. Like, would it really be that crazy? Like,
I wonder. I'm curious. I mean, what do the experts have to say? Right?
I mean, that's what most people seem to be saying is like with this win, he has to be top 10, top 7, something like that.
No matter what, he's in the greats.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's and dude, I'm not gonna forget like the lead up to this fight where like everybody was not everybody, but a lot of people sizable, even the boxing community were like, I don't want to see this fight because Canelo is too big, which I always thought was dumb.
No, that narrative was ridiculous.
Because you and I watch MMA. Like we watch MMA and like guys in MMA move up 10, 20. Like Rumble Johnson was a career welterweight who moved to light heavyweight and then ended up. You know what I mean? Like
Jared Cannonier.
We've seen what's possible with guys losing and gaining weight. In boxing, it just doesn't happen as often. So we knew that it was possible. We knew it was going to be a good fight, and just still blown away by Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? I thought of all the ways for him to win the fight. It was not going to be, I don't want to say it was easy, but there were spots, various stretches of the fight where he was making it look easy. You know what I mean?
Because you knew Canelo was going to be hard to knock out. Next to impossible.
Yeah.
But then you also knew Canelo was decision god.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the other issue.
Yeah, and let's say this, 115. I mean, I scored about 8 rounds for Crawford off the top of my head. That's off the top of my head. If I were to go back and actually score it, I might have 5 for Canelo. Maybe it'll be 9 rounds for Crawford. I don't know. Little differences. But whenever Terrence Crawford was winning rounds, it was like, oh, he won that round. Wow. Canelo couldn't even lay. He was playing the combinations. Whenever Canelo won a round, I was like, oh, man, this was a really, really close one. I guess I'm going to give it to Canelo. You know what I mean? It was one of those sorts of fights. You know what I mean? Like, Canelo maybe won 4 or 5 rounds, but, like, he edged him out barely. Crawford's rounds were as clear as day. You know what I mean? Like, he just boxed phenomenally. Fantastic fight. That's all I got to say about it, man.
It was a fun event.
Yeah, very fun event. Yeah. Now
Callum Walsh too. He showed
we
up.
didn't talk about the undercard at all. I mean, Callum Walsh. A lot of people were hating on the co-main event. I thought it was fun. 2 young guys, kind of trying to become like kind of the faces of boxing before it starts. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was a fun fight. Like it wasn't anything crazy, but I thought it was fun.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And Billy and Lester Martinez trying to kill each other. Just a fantastic fight. Muhammad Al-Akel probably should not have been on the main card. But I mean, Brandon Imes, that was a fun fight. Raito Sasumi got a win. We actually had like 3-4 knockouts to start the card, but nobody saw him, unfortunately. It's kind of sucks, but that's boxing for you. Yeah, man, that's my thoughts.
Unfortunately, that's how it is, right? With the general audience, right? They're like, "What time's the main event starting?"
Yeah, like Marco Verde scored up just beautiful stoppage. Like, dude, the guy. If you guys do not see it, I think it's on YouTube because the premiums are streamed on YouTube. Marco Verde, go back and watch that fight. My man's could not miss. He looked so good. Young silver medalist out of Eddie Reynoso's camp. Great young prospect. So yeah, man. Love to see that one. I'd recommend people go back and watch that and Raito Sasumi. Both guys look great on the prelims.
Did he drop flat on his face on that one?
I think Raito did. Yeah. Are you asking about Verde? Or?
I saw one of them. I can't remember. They were sick though.
Yeah. There were a couple of really good.
I might have to go back.
Yeah, I think Marco Verde. Yeah, I think he did have like kind of a. I mean, he dropped them several times, so it was a and it was just beautiful boxing nonetheless. This is the only piece of news. And actually, I guess we had 2 of them. But we'll start off with this one. Stay in the boxing lane. Jake Paul.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis. We haven't talked about this much because we set up to the Chavez fight and I'm like, I'm done talking about Jake Paul. I'm done talking about it. Like, I honestly see a point. And we announced when this fight was announced, but we talked about it for like 2 minutes.
But he won't go away.
He won't go away. But you know what? The Georgia State Athletic Commission told him, go away. Jake Paul versus Tank Davis now in jeopardy. After this morning, the Athletic State Commission had some questions. They seemed like they weren't gonna formally let this fight happen in the state of Georgia.
This again?
Georgia.
No, but who's promoting the?
Most Valued Promotions
MVP.
And who's Tank? Isn't Tank repped by Al Heyman? So Al Heyman, his squad, PBC or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there were rumors that Georgia was not going to let the fight go on.
I got an
And
easy fix for this.
Today was the hearing, and they formally withdrew their application to have the fight in Georgia. So as of now, there's no location for the fight. There's no, they got to figure some stuff out, apparently.
I told you, there's an easy fix for this.
What is it?
Florida, baby.
Really? I thought you were going to say Texas. I thought you were going to say Texas.
Florida or Texas, baby. Don't let anything go there.
Yeah, I would say Texas, man. I don't know why they didn't just go to Texas.
Like you said, they'd sanction a duel.
Yeah, Texas would sanction a duel if it was profitable. Like they literally would. Like that's not even a joke. That's just being for real.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. If I'm Jake and them, I don't know why you would not just go to Texas. The fact that they already sanctioned a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, 58 with a bleeding ulcer, who had a medical emergency on a plane 2 months before the fight, and they let him compete in a pro boxing match. So if I'm Jake, I don't even know why you even try to go to Georgia. I know why, because Atlanta, that could be that's a big hub, metro hub that's gonna do very, very well. But I would just go to Dallas. I'd go to Houston. Maybe even go to Austin. Put it in Austin. Do it in the Longhorns, like their stadium. So, or just go to Florida, like you said. I mean, Florida's athletic commission isn't as lax as Texas, but they're still really relaxed. Yeah.
They let who they let fight there? Who was old?
Evander Holyfield.
Exactly. They let Evander Holyfield probably fight a re-up TRTV tour, dude.
Probably. Probably, yeah.
Fucking HGH.
There's no way
TRT.
to tell, Dude, he looks like the Hulk, and we're like, he might be on something, you know?
You think when they did the drug test for Vitor, they were like, okay, you're good.
Dude, the drug test for that fight was a fucking checkbox, bro. Like, are you on steroids? No. And then they let him fight. Like,
are you on medical TRT?
They use the trust system. They're very trusting down there in Florida. Like, look at me in the eyes. Are you good? Yeah, you're good.
They'll find another venue, dude. Someone will want to make money. Come on.
Yeah, because essentially, they said
is this shit gonna be on Netflix too?
Correct. That's the other part of it too. It's supposed
exactly.
To be on Netflix.
Like these fuckers are gonna get paid. They want this shit to happen. They're gonna make it happen.
The chairman of the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission said, "I believe it's in the public interest to know that because they've been promoting something that they should not have been."
When is this happening again?
It was supposed to be November 15th, so less than 2 months away. Yeah, pre-sales tickets were still on sale Wednesday, despite Thompson's claim that the fight will not be going ahead in Georgia.
Some people are gonna get refunded.
Yeah, dude. I mean, they're in a situation where it's like, God, I don't know why either one of them decided to do this. You know what I mean? It's just,
money.
No, I know it's the money. I know it's.
I know
money.
it's just
but it's like for a guy like Tank, it's like either you make like 20 million fighting Jake Paul, or you make like 7 million fighting. I don't even know. I mean, is it really that much to like completely destroy your legacy and like this fight may not even happen and go through all the hoops and hurdles
These
for
fuckers
this to
are
not even
greedy,
happen?
dude.
That's true. I saw all the people who were online were like, dude, like he's got to feed his family, and it's like, dude, he's already a multimillionaire. What do you mean? You're saying that like he's going to work?
They're messing with his money, man.
It's like you're saying like he needs to go work at Wendy's. Like no, he's already making. It's either make 20 million here or like 8 million here. Like that's the difference. You know what I mean?
Oh
so,
my, dude, they make it sound like it's like. Do you remember who was the basketball player who put up that horrific stat line where it's like 0-0 something with like. I can't remember how many missed shots and turnovers.
Oh my God! You talking about Tony Snell? Is that the famous?
Like, it was like Tony Snell when he was trying to get back into the NBA because I think he has I don't know if he has more than one child or just a single child who has a very serious set of medical issues. And if he would have played one more year in the NBA, he would have been qualified to have insurance for a lifetime through the NBA. It's not like it's like that, guys, where it's like. He's like, man, you guys want me to be
dude, he needs it that bad, bro. Like, what do you mean?
Pay me like half of the minimum and I'll be the water boy. It's not like that.
And dude, now the fight probably won't even happen. Like, I'm not going to say it's not going to happen because like, dude, it's boxing. They're going to find somebody who's going to sanction it. Maybe even as a pro fight. Like, like I know, but dude, once that fight happened, all bets were off, dude. Like all bets were off. Like he's a 58-year-old man with a who nearly died like 2 months before it happened. So like once that happened, if Evander Holyfield can get cleared at 60, like there's anything that could happen. So I guarantee the fight's gonna happen. But will it happen in America? Will it happen?
Not to bring
in
up
Texas,
sad news,
you know?
but like Ricky Hatton, R.I.P. By the way, rest in peace, Ricky Hatton. Our condolences. He was aiming for a comeback before he passed.
I don't want to say anything. I'm happy you brought that up for 2 reasons, but one thing I'm going to say is that from what I've heard, that was not a case of him dying of like being out of shape or.
Oh, I'm not talking about that, but like I'm just talking about like
Yeah.
he was like in his late 40s,
Yeah,
wanted to box again, and someone would have
Yeah.
sanctioned that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, that was going to happen in the Middle East, so that's kind of that's the one where it could happen. You know what I mean? Like Jake Tank could happen, and I mean Saudi Arabia wouldn't do it, but like the UAE or something, like Qatar. So there's possibilities.
I think by the
yeah.
time Ricky would have fought, he would have been like
he would have been
49.
46.
He would have been 46.
Yeah. So I mean, he's 45 now, I believe. I'm happy you said that. Just to say that, like, I didn't have it on the schedule here, but Ricky Hatton, R.I.P., a legend. There will only be one Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton was one of the guys that, growing up, like, he was one of the first boxers I knew. You know what I mean? Because he was in that whole the late 2000s with that run of him and Manny and Floyd were at their peak, and it's easy to forget, but he was right up there with them in terms of popularity. They can go back and watch the Floyd weigh-in, where it's like,
And I think all his
the
pay-per-views
sea
had
of
like
Londoners.
insane names too.
yeah, like they all had, like unfinished business, you know, stuff like that. Just random little taglines.
I
you
can't
know?
remember. There was one. The Manny one was wild. I can't
man.
remember.
Yeah, Ricky Hatton, man, what a absolute legend. Let me pull it up. Some of these, because there were a couple. The People's Champion was his tagline, by the way. What a guy! The Battle of East and West, and it was the picture of the globe.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Badass, dude. Straight up badass. How about Paulie Malignaggi? Power versus Precision. What's the name of the? How this is the Floyd one.
We'll talk about my side piece.
Floyd Mayweather versus Ricky Hatton, undefeated. Oh, that's the tagline. And I gotta say it. Ricky got a straight up bad take in that fight. They did not give him a chance.
Do you wish pay-per-views had names again?
Yeah, I think I do wish they did. Yeah,
All of them.
All of them
in general.
I think the thing about boxing, the reason why boxing and combat sports were so big in the 2000s, and the reason why they're not like as big now, is because they just missed their grandiosity.
You know what we should do?
That's why Canelo Crawford was so big. You know what I mean?
For the rest of the pay-per-views for the year, we should come up with our own name for them.
I like that. I like that idea.
Give us time to brainstorm.
Yeah, I like that.
So for Uncle Live and Pahea, you had to think of one.
Uncle Iver's pay. I'll think of something. All right. Last topic of the day.
I already got one, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, don't give it to people. We're going to do it during fight week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully I remember it.
Yeah. Conor McGregor is no longer running for president of Ireland. Angel, it's 10:35. It's 10:35.
I don't even know why we're even talking about
why.
this.
Why? What? Give me your reaction. Conor McGregor officially dropping out of the presidential race a week after formally entering the presidential race.
I could give 2 fucks, man.
Yeah, that's the way I feel as well. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Did that question, no bullshit, is on par when they asked Ilya if he would consider running for president in Spain. Just so you know.
What did Ilya say?
Well, actually, I've never thought about it. But now that you bring it up, who knows? There's some shit like that. All I know is that his first few words to that question were, I don't know, I've never thought about it. But he followed it up with a response, which I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I mean, Conor, well, hey, man, he officially announced like a week, literally last week, and then he instantly dropped out. So
he's like,
but then the reason why, we kind of figured out why. Dana said on the Impulsive show that Conor is targeted headlining a White House card. Like, he said that it was either, they talked behind the scenes, it was either going to be John or Conor that they wanted to do it, and they said Conor, which is really funny because he's not even American. But yeah, man, any closing thoughts or anything else you want to go ahead and talk about before we bounce out of here, man?
No, man, I'm just excited to come back next week. Obviously, previewing a card. It's kind of sad to leave without a preview, and obviously, there's been just sad news. These past 2 weeks have just been sad. It's been a weird. The world has not been, and just there just hasn't been a lot of positivity in general, which really fucking sucks. So, yeah,
that's a really that's a good way to put it.
I mean, it's just a fact. I don't know. One love.
Yeah, man. One love. Go out there. Hey, I'm gonna say this. Go out there. Hug your friend today. Go out there. Tell somebody you love them. Go hug a tree. Go. I don't know. You get the idea that I'm putting across here. You know what I mean? Life's too short. Life's too short to be pissed off all the time. Life's too short to get stuck up in all the terrible things. That happen,
go do whippets outside of Arby's.
Go do whippets outside of Arby's and go and drive your car, or you go
Whoa.
go out and
Can we? I don't think you can legally say that.
I mean I go
Hey,
out
GTA RP.
GTA RP. I'm obviously talking about Grand Theft Auto. I'm obviously talking about video games. You know what I mean? Like, what else would I be doing?
Say, well, we
What
gotta be
else?
careful.
What else would I be doing, guys? Come on, I'm an upstanding citizen. So yeah. I'm also at Josh Soundoff on Twitter. He's at Angel Ortega _1 at Courtside Sound for all things related to the show. Like you said, no preview this week, but we're going to come back next week with another preview. And after that, we have a big pay-per-view. So kind of a weird week or two period, but hope you guys enjoyed the show. Nonetheless, that's all for us. Peace.